Hi there, everybody. My name is Beth Green, otherwise known as Granny Rocks.
And my name is James Maynard, otherwise known as the Songbird. I'm handling the chat tonight, so please chat with us. And I'll pass it on to Beth, and she can talk directly to you.
If you are here when we're live, otherwise just leave a comment and I'll contact you later. I'll respond to you as soon as you do leave a comment. So, you have arrived at Lighting the Way, Granny Raps and Rocks. And tonight I'm going to talk about a very annoying topic. I mean, you're going to be annoyed with me. And it's very important. It's something that we all do. It's something that is kind of tearing us apart. And it's also natural, and it's hard not to do it. So there it is. And I'm going to tell you what it is. It is, the name of our show tonight is We All Take Sides, even if we don't know it. And what happens when we do take sides. So why I'm saying it's annoying, it's because a lot of us like to think, oh.
We have a message from Tracy. She says, help. Help is on the way, Tracy.
I love it.
And Todd says, hi.
Hi.
Hello, Todd.
Hi. We love to hear from you, and that helps us to know that we are, in fact, broadcasting and all of that. You may notice that there is a dog on my piano bench tonight. So, anyway, we all know about polarization, and we know that we're being torn apart, and people are arguing with each other and all that. But what I want to take on,
What's this? Oh, Tracy says, LOL, I meant hi.
Oh.
Freudian slip.
Right, but you-
And then Tracy says, but I need help too.
Oh, me too.
Don't we all?
Okay, very cute. Okay, so, a lot of us want to think that we are objective,
Oh, of course.
right? We're the only ones, as a matter of fact, who are objective. And we think about things carefully. We make sane decisions and all of that. Okay. Well, I'm not so sure. So the thing that I want to start talking about is, what does it look like? Taking sides, when does it start? How does it happen? And then I want to talk about the consequences. So, taking sides is a normal instinct.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I say that?
Because you want to side with the one that helps you survive?
No, the first person that I want to take sides with is me.
Oh.
Look.
Oh, Jim. Absolutely adorable pup on your bench tonight. Beth and James, puppy love.
Oh, thank you. It's so great to see you, Jim.
Thank you, Jim.
Okay, so here it is. In fact, while I'm in the womb, I take sides. It's my side. I'm hungry, and I'm going to take whatever resources are available, right?
Right.
Regardless of the condition of my mother, right? I've already taken a side. It's mine. Me. And then, you start crying, you're hungry, and you're taking your own side. Oh, look, we have love from Jim.
Jim Gardner.
Thank you.
Jim says, sends 2 hearts of love. Oh, one for each. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Jim. So I'm taking my side. Now it continues. Even if my mother is exhausted, it's like, well, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
So it's a side that I'm taking. Now, I mean, that shows in the family. But before we go into the family, I want to go on to talk about why it's instinctual. If a tiger showed up at the door, would you take your side or the tiger's side?
My side, absolutely.
Exactly. We don't even think about that as taking sides, but it is.
Of course, if I took the tiger's side, then the tiger would be happy to have a meal.
That's exactly right. So, from the tiger's perspective, the tiger is trying to take his or her own side, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's natural. I'm going to defend myself. And in the old days, we used to have to go out there and hunt our prey, or kill our chickens, or whether it's, and whose side were we on then?
Ours.
Ours, always ours, right? We don't even think about that as taking sides. That's like, well, of course, right? Of course. Whose side do we take? If we are lovers of nature, and we're reading about how the coyotes are losing their habitat. Oh my God, we take the coyote side. But if the coyote is about to eat my dog,
you'll take the dog side.
I'm going to take the dog side, right? So do you see what I mean? It's so insidious. Okay, now this is just talking about me. Now, when we start out realizing how much we take our own side, protecting ourselves, then we can also begin to understand why we take sides in our families. Like, okay, I could see that my mother had the power, as little power as there was, we were poor, but still, she was the one. So, if she was in a disagreement with my father, I was going to take her side. In fact, I didn't even think about it in terms of she was in a disagreement with my father. I was automatically on my mother's side about everything until later, when, of course, I became a teenager, and now we were on opposite sides. But my point is, I naturally gravitated to the person who was going to take care of me, and I didn't even question her perception. My father was whatever she thought my father was, so I found myself taking her side. Now, sometimes it happens differently. We actually hate that parent, that strong parent, and we take the side of the underdog. But it doesn't matter. My point is, we're already taking sides. Now, what happens? We become one-sided. In other words, it becomes a habit to take sides. And what happens is we start looking for the weakness in the enemy so that we can get them, right? Or create the weakness in the enemy if we have to. I mean, are you seeing the political system right now? We are looking for every advantage for ourselves. And our side. Now, this is encouraged. Okay, sometimes in the family, it's kind of like, well, I want my father's love, and he's giving it to my sister, and so then I'm going to be against my sister. Oh, do you know what she did? She did this, she did that. Or if the kids hate the parents, then it's, do you know what they did? They did this, they did that. Okay. It goes on from there. So now I'm in school, and I want to do better than my classmates, let's say. Or I want to fit in. Whatever it is, I'm on my side. I'm on my side. If I'm in the Little League game, I want to beat the pitcher. I want to hit the home run. Whose side am I on?
Yours.
That's right. See, we don't think of it that way, but do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is always, we're always taking sides. One way or the other, we're against the teacher. We're for the teacher. You know, we're against blacks. We're for blacks. So, you know. Okay. I want to win the scholarship. Of all the people in that class, whose side am I on? Mine. What am I going to do? I am unconsciously, or even sometimes consciously, rooting for me. For me. And I want, hopefully they have a bad day. They don't do well on the exam. They trip and fall. They have a stroke, like the Democrat in Pennsylvania, right? Ooh, goody, ooh, goody, goody. Oh, no, we're not going to say it out loud, but of course it's like because we're on our side. Now, as we continue in our lives, we find ourselves constantly taking sides. If I want to get an apartment and there's a lot of competition and there's 3 other people, hey.
Oh, Catalina says hi and sends a heart of love.
Hi.
Back at you, Catalina.
So if I'm applying for an apartment, I'm on my side. Let's say there's 3 other applicants. I want to get it. I want to somehow prove that I'm the better tenant so that I will get it. So I'm on my side. If I'm making an offer on a house, the same thing happens. If I'm applying for a job, the same thing happens. If we go and we start externalizing it. I enjoy the sport of whatever it is. And then I have to pick sides. Even in school, it's like, which team am I for? It's so assumed that you're going to be on one team or for one team or the other. You don't even question it. Look at that.
Oh, Amy says, I know just what you mean regarding taking sides and typically mine.
Yes, thank you.
And she's laughing.
Exactly. So, okay, so now, you're supposed to take the side of your home team. Or,
Right.
you know what I mean, your school team. Or you're supposed to take the side of whatever. If there's a dispute, let's say you're Caucasian, that means white. Let's say you are Caucasian, and there is a dispute between the Caucasian gang and the black gang. Whose side are you going to take?
Well, one would think the Caucasian side.
If you are Caucasian, you might feel guilty, and then you're going to take the black side because that makes you feel better about yourself. Look, we have.
Oh, Antonio has a big thing to say. Be beauty and incessantly spring up.
B, that's like for my name.
Oh, beauty and incessantly spring up from your beautiful and pure soul, softy melodies. E, enriched with affection and the truest love, which are with everyone equally shared. T, they have deep feelings and are encouraging messages for our difficult days.
Wonderful.
B-E-T-H.
And there's got to be an H, so can you go down that page, honey?
Oh, yes. H, humanitarian and consoling. She gives encouragement to those who are exhausted. And G, great, meritorious, expert pianist, glides on the keys, the art of her soft hands.
Thank you.
R, responds she to all promptly the manifestations and messages received. E, ever in the company of Mr. James, sets an example despite their unhealthy lives. E, eternally we will be grateful to them for providing us with hours well lived.
Oh, how fun.
N, never lack harmony between the two, and may they be by God protected and blessed.
Thank you. Well,
Wow.
I'm on that side.
Yeah,
Thank
we're
you.
on that side.
That was lovely, Antonio.
Thank you so much.
So anyway, as continuing taking sides, we root for our country, or we're supposed to. Like, oh my God, you're in this competition for ice skating, and Team America or Team Moscow or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We choose a politician or a party to vote for. We make decisions based on issues. Now, let's take a look at all of these. They're all about taking sides.
By the way, Antonio offers another. He says, Ives Guedes.
Oh, Guedes is his last name. Guedes.
Okay.
Guedes.
Right.
Well, we don't usually mention people's last names on the air, but we're happy to mention yours if you like that. So now let's say, well, I'm not just, a stupid person. I don't just, automatically vote for this or that side. No, I'm going to actually make a decision based on the issues. Well, that means you're taking sides on the issues.
That's true. Oh,
There
yeah.
is no escaping it. Now, what happens to us when we take sides? Number one, we become biased. We don't even realize it. Our energy goes towards promoting whatever we have decided is the good,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
the better,
Yeah.
or safer for us, or whatever
or
it
the
is.
correct.
The correct. Okay, so our energy is going that way. So we're biased. We're looking at this way, Am I looking straight at the issues? No, I'm always looking through my bias.
Yeah.
I'll give you a perfect example of that. We're having this huge debate in the country about abortion, and almost nobody can even pretend that they're not taking a side. Okay, I believe that women should have the right to abortions until it's like way late in the pregnancy. I believe that. Okay, so now am I going to listen to the other side? They're all stupid. They're all whatever it is. I've taken my side. So what does that mean? It means that I'm not going to look objectively at anything they're going to say. Now, you may say you're not like that because you're on the side of objectivity, which means you're on the objectivity side. You're rooting for objectivity, but you're not objective either. When something isn't objective, you say, oh, I don't like that. That's not objective.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Ives Geddes is my son and lives in Florida.
Well, hi there, Ives.
Hello, Ives.
So what happens is we are looking for advantage and we're hoping for the defeat of the other. That is what happens when we take sides. In fact, I am going to go out on a limb and say something that you're not going to like, maybe, which is we can become evil.
Ooh.
Because we are so biased, we so much want to win the argument or win the competition or change the world in the way that we have already decided is right, that we can hope for the defeat of someone else. We can hope for them for bad things to happen to them or for them to lose, or we become focused on our own advantage. We become blind. That's what I want you to take away from this. It is not that it is not understandable that we are sided. We take sides because now we've seen that that's natural. That started with us, coming out and eating food, right? But we become blind because we don't want to look at anything that disagrees with our side. And if you tell me you're different from that, I doubt it.
Right.
When we do this, are we promoting the highest good of all? No, we're promoting the defeat. We want someone to be defeated. Now, I want you to think of somebody who you definitely have written off as a jerk, or there are so many in the political arena today that you can pick from. It could be a brother-in-law. It could be the drug dealer who got your daughter hooked on heroin. There is a myriad of people and causes and groups of people that we have already completely written off, and we are not even willing to hear them or listen to them. I know that's the way I feel. When I open up an article, the news, and I'm reading something that a certain person is saying, I won't even read it. There's, I just want her to be defeated, right?
Mm-hmm.
And see, that is poisoning my soul. Maybe it is for the highest good of all for that person to be defeated. But when I start rooting for the defeat and destruction of other people, I have been poisoned. So what can we do about this? We've already seen that it starts immediately with life, maybe even in the womb, taking our own side, and then figuring out who's on our side that we can recruit to continue to fight for us. But if we are going to take sides, guys, let's be honest about it. Let's say, okay, I get it. I have taken a side. I've blinded myself. I'm looking for advantages. I'm looking for their weaknesses. I'm hoping to find their weaknesses. And I'm going to try to be more objective. Try. It's like, okay. So first I have to admit that I've taken sides, that I am biased, that I'm not looking objectively, that I'm not even looking, that I've already made up my mind about pretty much everything. I've already assigned the good guys and the bad guys, and I'm having evil thoughts towards the bad guys. Okay, I admit that. Now, am I going to try to be more objective? No! No. I cannot support the Russians against the Ukrainians, but some people can. They have a reason. I don't even want to hear what they have to say. That is how bad I am. I just don't even want to hear what people have to say who are doing things that I believe are terrible, right? That I'm not even willing to look at. See, I think it was 1979, the Iranian revolution happened. And the Shah of Iran was in power. And he was supported by the U.S. and the West. And there were a lot of people who were angry about that, because it was a brutal government, but it was allied with us. Then suddenly the Ayatollahs took over, right? And I thought, well, I can understand why they want to overthrow the Shah and that corrupt system, but they also started to oppress women right away. Well, which side was I supposed to be on? Not so easy, is it? At first, when I didn't know too much about it, I said, okay, well, these guys, this is good. This is a nationalist uprising against the horrible imperialists, right? Well, I had a lot of that, because I knew the history of the U.S. and the West, and I was just disgusted. So I tended to side with anybody who was against us, right? So I had already taken sides. So then I wanted to blind myself to what was true. Well, I don't want to do that anymore. And that thought came to me today, actually. So I'm going to be honest. I take sides all the time. And I'm going to try to be more objective. And you know why I am going to try to be more objective?
Why, pray tell?
Because in a world of sides, there's only fear. Because I know you're trying to take me down, or you're trying to take my friends down, or you're trying to take my political party down, or you're trying... And I'm scared. I'm scared. You're going to come in, you're going to ruin the world, right? If you haven't already. Right? It's a frightening world. Do you understand? If we think one-sidedly, it's a very, very frightening world. Can I understand the argument for banning abortions? Yes, I can. Because whose side are you going to be on? The fetus or the mother? Well, put it that way, it's like, well, wait a minute. Well, okay. And then when does those couple of molecules become a fetus, a person, and all of that stuff? I don't want to get into it because I am still supporting the right to abortion. But I have to be very honest about it, that I can perfectly well understand the arguments against it. And if we could just approach each other and say, I understand, I may not agree with you, or I understand we're picking the lesser of two evils. And I could go on to why I think that the right to abortion is the lesser of the two evils. Lots of reasons for that. But I can admit that. But if I'm taking sides, I'm just going to go out shouting. And I'm going to try to get everybody on the other side. Do you see how that creates a frightening world?
It does.
Because they're trying to get me, and I'm trying to get them. And we don't even get each other, right, in the emotional sense. So I've got to shut up. My time is up. I hope you enjoyed this show. I hope that you share this show with other people who need to hear it, either because they already agree or because they have never looked at this. And I believe that every one of us needs to do a little soul searching and see how dishonest can we get, how evil can we become when we take sides, having absolute compassion for ourselves for having started being that way, living in a society that encourages it.
That's true.
You know, in that competitive world, and but becoming aware of how it really hurts us on the inside.
Something I'd like to add. One thing I think could help is that try to imagine being in the shoes of the person on the opposite side of you. Why does that person believe that way? And when you do that, it helps with understanding. Politically, I have been on one side, and now I'm on the other side, and so I can understand what it's like to be on both sides. So that helps. That's
absolutely. How does it feel to be the other guy? So if I'm competing to get that apartment, how does it feel to be the person who loses it? So every Wednesday night at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, please, we come back for Lighting the Way, Granny Raps and Rocks. And I ask you again to share. I also ask you to follow our page, to like or love our show, to leave comments. I will reply to you later. And to come back on Thursday, which is like tomorrow, at 7 p.m. for Magical Improvs, where we play music for you every Thursday night. Okay, until then, next time.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye. Don't forget to share. Bye.